What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past few days. We do have some big topics to discuss. Firstly, further advancements for the signing of Luis Díaz. The club still see him as an utmost priority, and following Bayern Munich's rejected bid, Barcelona are preparing an offer of their own. And while searching for Luis Díaz, they have also now made an inquiry and had a meeting with the agent of Xavi Simons alongside Jorge Mendes as well to discuss future signings this window. But we'll discuss how Xavi Simons could potentially be a target now for Barcelona. We have some exit update as well, mainly of course evolving around Ter Stegen's future, and it looks like Ter Stegen does have an escape route to end up staying at Barcelona this season, and we'll discuss that. Although again, the club are very confident he will end up leaving, and Flick has told him numerous times it's better for him to find a new club. Also has some injury updates on Bernal, FFP update. Flick has now also given his first thoughts on the season ahead. He had an open he had a media day that was closed behind closed door, where he spoke to the media, answered their questions, and we have that as well. And finally, some disappointing news yet again. The return to the spotlight Camp Nou has been delayed. We were supposed to, of course, return for the Joan Gamper on August the 10th. That is no longer the case, following Barcelona now getting the second license they do need, and also Barcelona have now hence deleted all the promotion in regards to that return on the 10th of August. So we'll discuss all the details there as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below, and let's try and get to 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past few days. The first topic we're going to discuss, of course, what Barcelona are doing currently in the #1 position they want to reinforce this summer in the left wing position. As of right now, still Luis Díaz is the #1 target. Fernando Polo from Deportivo came out saying that in terms of signing, the big favorite remains still Luis Díaz ahead of Marcus Rashford or any alternatives. Barcelona knows that Diaz, whose priority is Barcelona over Bayern Munich, is willing to push hard with Liverpool. Barcelona's management knows that Liverpool's interest in Rodrigo could become very serious, which could lead to a clear need for them to bring in cash immediately. Now, David Ornstein and also Fabrizio Romano are both reporting that Liverpool did in fact reject an official bid from Bayern Munich for Luis Díaz for 67.5 million euros, and Liverpool came back saying they value the player at over 100 million euros and also do not plan to sell the player. But he did also confirm, David Ornstein, that the player is clear that he is in favor of leaving Liverpool this summer. So if we're getting Luis Díaz this summer, we're paying more than 67.5, because it'd be stupid for us to agree a deal unless we do like 60 plus 30 in variables or something like that. But again, a 68 million euro bid was rejected for Díaz, at least giving us somewhat of a price point. Now, there is reports coming in from Italy suggesting that Barcelona are ready to step in for Luis Díaz, who has already been Deco's #1 option this whole entire summer, and Barcelona is working on the structure for a first official offer to send to Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano also came out saying that Barcelona remain in contact with the agents of Luis Díaz. At the moment, the deal is very expensive. There could be more rounds of talks. Díaz is open and keen on leaving Liverpool in this summer transfer window. Now, if you look at also, predicted Liverpool lineup graphics that I'm seeing on Twitter and Instagram, none of them have Luis Díaz. I'm seeing people put, Soboslai on the wing, Wirtz on the wing. I've seen like inverted midfielders, Salah on the right, Isaac out front, Frimpong at right back, wherever it may be. But every single one, I promise you, on my mother's life, none of them had Luis Díaz in it. So you can see Liverpool fans' perspective of the situation as well. I even see some lines with Rodrigo at left wing instead of Luis Díaz. Now, Ferran Torres came out saying that Flick has asked again for Barcelona to sign a left winger, and Diaz continues to be Deco's first choice option. As of right now, complicated, while Rashford is also still there in the background. Barcelona wants to wait and first be clear about fair play, which means that nobody will come in until August. This is the current expectation. Now, bit annoying this. I can understand why the club have done this. I think they're trying to get some exits out the door first, so they understand what they can do in terms of player registration, maybe even guarantee registration to some players as well. We'll talk about Ter Stegen's future that will have big implications on that as well. But we need a left wing. I guess as long as they bring one in, I don't care. We're last second FC. I'm used to the past 4 or 5 years us doing everything last second, but the most important thing is getting the job done. But waiting this long is of course a bit annoying. So we'll see how things do develop over the next few days. Again, Barcelona are still waiting for Luis Díaz. They're gonna try and make some sort of offer to tempt Liverpool, maybe Liverpool's pursuit for an Alexander Isak or Rodrigo, where they kind of need some money. Could of course implicate some things. I think right now you're touching, of course, a minimum 70 million euro bid for Luis Díaz, and I don't think he's worth it. But at this point, you're thinking, it's Luis Díaz or bust. You'll take Luis Díaz. I just really hope we don't overspend. I hope we really structure this deal very, very well. Again, I would take Luis Díaz. Like I've done videos already on the channel saying that he'll be a great fit at Barcelona. Just really down to really agreeing a good price. Now, for the second time in the past week, Barcelona have been linked now to an alternative left-sided player option to, you know, combat the issue and struggle of signing our main target in Luis Díaz. And this name, of course, came up last summer as well. Didn't come to fruition. He's back on the table. Xavi Simons, Carlos Monfront, probably the number one source around Barcelona right now. He came out saying that Deco met yesterday afternoon with the agent of Xavi Simons, including Ali Barat, who, while not his official agent, holds influence in the player's decision, and the player's brother, Faustino Simons. The 45-minute long meeting held at a hotel in Barcelona was simply an initial probe to understand Simons' situation and maintain awareness of the market. So I saw this report, I'm thinking, are we now shifting our focus into what mold we want for the left-hand side? Again, what we want is a 1v1 deadly fast winger like a Lamine Yamal. Are we now switching our focus to get the exact carbon copy what we already have on left wing in Rafinha, tuck inside left forward, which Xavi Simons is technically that kind of profile. He can definitely play that role. He's played that role a lot with RB Leipzig, and also I think when he exploded at PSV a few seasons ago. I think this is not what we need. I think Xavi Simons is a fantastic player. I think he's definitely at the quality of Barcelona. I would take him at the club, but not for the left-hand side. I'd rather just trust Gavi or Fermin because it's the same profile, same thing. Why go out there and spend probably 50, 60 million euros on Xavi Simons? Unless we're trying to, you know, surprise sell a midfielder. I don't really see it the case, but now I feel like the club are kind of, you know, not shifting focus. We're just finding at this point anyone of high quality to play on the left-hand side, whether they're the right profile that we need or not. We're at a point now where we're just going to be looking for a high-profile left-hand side forward or midfielder to occupy that side, which I don't think is the correct move. Now, Xavi Simons' agent is not the only agent that Barcelona met recently as well. They also had a meeting with Jorge Mendes. Again, Carlos Monfront confirming it as well, saying that Jorge Mendes, accompanied by his right-hand man, Sergi Alves, who played a key role 2 summers ago and signed the Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo, headed to a restaurant in the city to meet with Joan Laporta, Alejandro Echeverri, and Boya. The meeting was focused exclusively on potential player signings. Hopefully the club are delving into the market and see what we can find. Again, right now, a winger and a fullback is what this team needs. I've seen some crap reports saying that, oh, Barcelona not going to sign a fullback anymore. I would hold off on that because we all know the depth and the quality that is needed in those fullback areas. But again, the club are moving. People are saying that, oh, Deco's not doing anything. Again, they're having meetings. They're assessing what they have to do. Again, they still want to wait a little bit for FFP as well. Again, I'm not happy with it as well. But again, for me, the priority is as long as the job gets done, that is what matters the most. So we'll see. Again, we've inquired now about Xavi Simons. We'll see if anything develops from that point of view. But like Barcelona kind of delving their fingers into any kind of profile for that left-hand side that we desperately need. Let's now discuss the players that have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past few days. One exit that is confirmed is of the top prospect and talent goalkeeper Áron Yaakobishvili, who has joined Piqué's Andorra on loan for the next season. Again, Andorra in the second division of La Liga in Segunda, and he'll be playing there at the top level for, of course, his development. That'll be a big plus for him, better than playing with Barca Athletic in the third division. And then this is Piqué's second player he's taken off Barcelona this past summer. I can't remember who the first one was. I remember someone joining Andorra, but he's now, I think, the second, maybe the first. I could be wrong there, but again, we already heard the links a few days ago, and now the move has materialized and been made official, so keep your eyes on him. His development, of course, if he doesn't press and maybe even gets Andorra promoted, his stock will rise dramatically. Now, first team player that is set to leave the club at some point, hopefully within the next few weeks, is Oriol Romeu. Luis Rojo of Marca has come out saying that Hansi Flick does not count on Oriol Romeu and will inform him that it's best for him to find a new team as he won't get any playing time at Barcelona. The most likely outcome is a mutual contract termination. Meanwhile, Girona are waiting to see how the situation resolves. So Girona might potentially take Romeu for free. That's their current stance. Kind of sucks that we invested $6 million 2 years ago, and now of a sudden we're coming to a contract termination. But again, game is game, and that is how football develops. Of course, no future for him at Barcelona. He didn't even play that much and that well for Girona last season either. This should be fairly quick. Hopefully get this done before the Asia Tour squad list comes out. He won't be in the squad list anyways, but at least to get rid of him off the, not even wage bill, but off the list for Barcelona per se. But yeah, we'll wait and see. He's been training with the first team. Of course he is. For a first team player for Barcelona, so he's going to be there. He's reporting, so he can at least earn his wage a little bit. But an exit is very, 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 very likely, and basically all but confirmed for Romeu. Just about how really we would do a loan, or no transfer is going to happen, but what would be a loan or maybe a contract termination by mutual consent remains to be seen. But of course, Romeu has no future at Barcelona. Now, one exit that everybody wants, of course, is the exit of the current and still active first team captain of Barcelona, Marc-André Ter Stegen. Since the start of pre-season training until present day as of recording, Ter Stegen has not participated in any first team training session whatsoever. He has stayed in the gym due to a back problem, which nobody believes at this point. Let's get into the report. Sport came out saying that Hansi Flick led the first 2 training sessions scheduled for today or the other day at Ciudad Deportiva Joan Gamper, just as he did the other day. Barca's first team pitch of preseason, where Ter Stegen yet again stayed and did not train with the team and train in the gym. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Ter Stegen continued to train alone for the second consecutive day. He remained in the gym once again just to do, other exercises due to some physical issue that he had. Now, Jaime Miguel from AS came out saying that Marc-André Ter Stegen did only gym work for the second consecutive time for the start of the preseason. The club said that the goalkeeper is experiencing back pain, but in truth, it sounds more like an excuse than anything else. In fact, there is no medical report certifying this alignment, and it would be extremely irresponsible for Ter Stegen to return from vacation injured without first informing the team doctors. It's clear to everyone that we're facing a serious standoff that's difficult to resolve in the short term. The German goalkeeper has unilaterally decided to withdraw from the group as a means of pressure, while the club watches from afar, annoyed by the situation that makes it uncomfortable. Now, Santiago came out with his opinion, saying that Ter Stegen is a prime candidate to lead the club. He has a conversation with Flick last week in which the coach told him that if he stays at the Barcelona, he won't play. The club believes that Ter Stegen's dream is to be the starting goalkeeper for Germany at the World Cup. After so many years of playing second fiddle to Manuel Neuer, he has always believed that his benching has been more political than performance-based, as he knows he's just months away from achieving his goal. That's why Barcelona believe it will end up leaving during this transfer window. That's the key there. Barcelona is still thinking no matter what, Ter Stegen will leave the transfer window. Alfredo Martinez came out saying that the Ter Stegen case won't be easy to resolve. Seems quite clear, and the preseason has only just begun. For the second day in a row, he's not training with the team. Alex Pentel said that at the moment right now there are no offers for Ter Stegen. Galatasaray and Monaco have shown some interest, as well as other Champions League clubs. Barcelona has been clear with him and expect the goalkeeper to end up leaving the club. Now, Lothar Matthäus, of course, an absolute German legend, has come out speaking on the future of Ter Stegen, of course, amidst the World Cup in just a year's time. And of course, him being his national team, where he lifted World Cup for Germany. I was going to say the last World Cup, which it wasn't. They had the World Cup in 2014. Anyways, Lothar Matthäus, German legend, came out and said that, in my opinion, Ter Stegen will not play for Barcelona again. He needs to play to achieve his dream of participating in the World Cup. If he wants to play in the World Cup, he has to leave. I understand that Ter Stegen, he performed well, was a team captain, and has his life in Barcelona, but no, he must accept his fate now, and Barcelona has other ideas and different plans. These are decisions that must be accepted. There's no need to complain, as it is a part of football. There's something and nobody bigger than a club. Well said, Matthäus. The fact that I think, just to add on to this, the fact that Ter Stegen has seen about 9 or 10 players in this situation and hasn't, clocked onto it, and in the end, 9 out of 10, Barcelona end up winning, is also very, very sad. Now, we did get the big news on how Ter Stegen plans to end up staying at Barcelona, and this is coming in from Gentes, and this is, of course, in regards to his back pain. Of course, Jaime Miguel saying that there's no proof in the club of back pain for Ter Stegen, so either they're all lying or he's BSing. Gentes have come out saying that Ter Stegen is highly considering the option of undergoing surgery to address his back problem. If he has surgery, he would be out for several months, and Barcelona might not register him. With the salary margin, Barcelona could register Joel Garcia and make some other moves. So we're going to do what we did last season pretty much with Christensen, where we don't register him for the first half of the season. But then the question is, when he comes back fit, do you have to register him for the second half of the season or not? That is, I think, the big bowling question, because he's going to be a first team player, so you have to register him. I don't know how the logistics works, but this will help Barcelona for the imminent term, for this summer, for FFP. So with Ter Stegen, whether he leaves or undergoes surgery and he's going to be unregistered, it is now basically guaranteed that Joel Garcia and Szczesny's renewal will be registered. That is a given at this point. But of course, if he does that back surgery, he can't leave this summer, which means we're looking at a January exit. But then again, if you're just thinking, oh, I'm going to do a surgery to not play for a few months to stay at Barcelona, then how the hell am I going to go to the World Cup for Germany? It's a bit of a tricky situation. Now, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that if Ter Stegen opts for surgery to address his ongoing back problems and the estimated recovery time is confirmed, as long as it exceeds 4 months, Barcelona could have 1 month to register as a replacement. According to Article 77 of La Liga's budget regulation, clubs can exceed their squad cost limit in such cases, but only if the registration request is made within 30 days of the injury and the expected absence is at least 4 months. The replacement salary cannot exceed 80% of the injured player wages, excluding amortization, and their contracts must not be extended into the following season unless the club has salary space for it. The rule could allow Barcelona to register Joel Garcia and Szczesny using 80% of Ter Stegen's salary, estimated around 420,000 euros per month. So a little bit of a loophole there for Barcelona, but again, we want that big loophole, which is Ter Stegen leaving permanently, whether contract termination, loan, mutual consent, whatever it may be. And this would be very, very tough for Ter Stegen to have a surgery now just in spite to stay at Barcelona, to give up your spot in the World Cup for Germany just to stay at Barcelona. Again, he could, of course, have the surgery, be out for the first half of the season, then play this the second half of the season. I'm pretty sure Nagelsmann will still play him, of course, but to have that year of football under your belt gives you more of a guarantee. What happens if another German goalkeeper has an explosive season? You don't have that argument to beat him. And I think there's as good of a chance now that Ter Stegen does not go and be the #1 goalkeeper for Germany at the World Cup than there is him staying at Barcelona at this point. I think he's being very stubborn. I think he's being very lethargic. I think he's being not smart with what he's trying to do, but I feel like that he's now in the mindset of trying to do whatever he can to prolong his stay at Barcelona and trying to find a bit of an escape route to force himself to continue. Maybe if I stay and, Joel Garcia and Szczesny get injured and I come back in, then I can perform and I can bench them. Maybe that's kind of his thought process, but the road is long gone for Marc, and the sooner he realizes that, the better. But the most important thing here is that I think the fans, including the club as well, are confident that Ter Stegen will leave the summer, barring, of course, he does not operate on his back. So we'll see how things do. Now, maybe he may fail medical, by the way. He might fail medicals and stuff like that if the injury is that serious, but only time will tell. But the confidence in the club still remains that Ter Stegen will leave the summer, barring some situation where he has to undergo surgery for his back. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past few days. First, we do have a big injury update on the return, the inaugural return, the most anticipated return in Marc Bernal. Having government AES came out saying that Marc Bernal completed a full training session with his teammates on Tuesday for the first time since a serious knee injury. His return signals that the medical clearance is approaching, and if all goes well, he could be cleared to play during the upcoming Asia tour, cutting over a month from the original recovery timeline. Again, the plan initially for Bernal was to travel with the team to Asia and just train there, get the rhythm back up, the sharpness up. But now he's ahead of schedule to the point that he's already completed a training session that he can actually go to Asia and actually get some minutes. And to be honest, minutes in preseason is absolutely crucial because, again, the players don't really try that much, similar to the opponents as well. So it's a bit relaxing compared to, of course, an official competition and official game. So big news here for Bernal. Of course, people compare him to Xavi last season. Xavi didn't come back till the end of October. Xavi missed easily 2.5 months of the season, where he won't miss a single second, and that is huge in terms of recovery. I can now see that maybe we can, use Bernal maybe in the new year, January, February, like properly. I still think the club will be very cautious with him, especially with the talent that he does have. Again, we have, good experience with that, how he treated Pedri and Gavi and Olmo and all these other players that got injured in the past. But Bernal is super close to coming back, and he's going to be a huge asset for Barcelona this season. Now, in some other news, we do have an update on the return of the 1-1 rule as Barcelona continue to earn money through sponsorship to, of course, bring them closer to their goal. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona is close to finalizing a sponsorship deal worth 44 million euros, 11 million euros per season for the next 4 years with the Dominican Republic of the Congo. Barca is expected to follow the path of AS Monaco, which on June 24th officially announced RDC Cour d'Afrique as a new premier partner through 2028. We're hearing this will be like a sleeve sponsor or like a back of the shirt sponsor when it comes to training kits, maybe even the first team kit, but 11 million euros will do us very nicely. Now, Santi Ona has come out saying that to reach the long-awaited 1-1 rule, Barcelona needs to include in its audit the sale of 474 VIP seats that was closed last January. This sale was removed from the interim accounts in March. The auditing firm Crown did not allow the club to record an operation because the seats were not yet available. If Barcelona managed to open the stadium on August the 10th, no one will be able to question the operation, and the operation will have to take a huge step towards meeting all these salary cap requirements. Still, for months, it has to be warned that the operation alone won't be enough. month, Barcelona must upload a significant salary to reach the 1-1 ratio. Again, I don't believe that. I think this is just the media pushing that agenda of, oh, we need some sort of sale. We need a big sale. We've been notified of this via the media a long time ago, and significantly as well. We hear like, oh, if Barcelona want to sign Rashford, Diaz, Nico Williams, and my mom, we need to sell, which obviously makes sense. But I feel like the media is just pushing that a bit too much. He also said that it makes no sense that the wage of the other sports sectors are included in the salary cap for the men's football team. Barcelona is a Spanish club that contributes the most to national sports and national teams, with top tier teams like in basketball, handball, futsal, and roller hockey. That 3 years on, the wages of these athletes still reduce the men's football team's registration capacity is baffling. Even more illogical is that the women's football team affects the men's fair play accounting. So again, people have to realize this. People tell me, oh, how come Madrid can do this and Atletico can do that? We have about 9 football teams, and not 9 teams in general under our FFP regulation, which makes no fucking sense because half of them don't even play under Spanish regulations. And we have, again, the basketball team, futsal team, handball team, roller hockey team. You have the women's team as well. You have about 9 teams in our FFP, and this is why, shit is hard for us because, people hate us, and this is what they have to do to stop us. But it is very, very annoying. But again, that sponsorship for the Republican of Congo is going to be huge. That 11 million coming in, which will definitely help with FFP. And again, the worrying thing here is about the season, which I will talk about very, very shortly. As you can see in the report, it says that if Barcelona managed to open the stadium on August the 10th, no one will be able to question the operation. Again, the operation still not validated yet, although Barcelona are transmitting absolute confidence and optimism in that. But that's going to be a key point that we will discuss very, very shortly. But again, the plan, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video with Ferran Cordas's report on Diaz, the club plan to be in the 1-1 rule around August time. But again, most importantly, before the start of La Liga, which again, I expect us to be in the 1-1 rule easily, but we probably will leave it to the last second. I can see us 2 days before La Liga starting. Oh, we're in the 1-1 rule now, thank God. Let's rush everybody and let's go and, first game against Mallorca. So we'll wait and see how things do turn out. But right now, 1-1 rule is looking a bit ropey, but confidence and optimism is still at an all-time high, and everyone knows what needs to be done, and now it's just about the execution. Now, on those 475 VIP boxes that need to be validated with the Joan Gamper match, we've only gone and fucked it again. Rocha Mundo Deportivo came out saying that last week Barcelona received the first activities and work license for the Spotify Camp Nou. However, they are still waiting for the city council's final response, expected this Thursday or Friday, on the second license of first occupation. This approval is estimated to allow at least 30,000 fans, half of the stadium's current capacity, to attend the Joan Gamper match on August 10th. If denied, the match will likely be held at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, which only holds 6,000 spectators. Of course, that will sell out like no tomorrow, but no revenue there is going to be a big loss for Barcelona. Victor Navarro from Cove came out saying that right now it is practically impossible to play the Gamper match at the Spotify Camp Nou. The construction of the first and second tiers is essential to get the green light, and they are, as of right now, are still not finished, and Cope confirmed it. It's very unlikely that the Gamper match will be held at the Spotify Camp Nou because the city council has very little time to issue the occupant permit, which of course that second one that we needed from the earlier report. Construction is still incomplete in the first and second tiers of the stand, which is necessary condition to get approval and play with spectators. Barcelona is now focusing on getting the stadium ready for the weekend of September 12th to 24th, the scheduled match against Valencia, which will be their first home match of La Liga. You're probably thinking, Barca boy, did we not advertise August the 10th return to the Camp Nou, Joan Gamper? You bet your ass we did, but we still have more information first. Firstly, now it really comes down to what's going to happen in the Champions League. Again, the Champions League, you can change your stadium only once for group stage and knockout games. You cannot change it in between and stuff like that. And Cope came out saying that looming in the background is also the Champions League, which kicks off in September. UEFA regulations state that all group league games, stage matches must be played in the same stadium, and if Barcelona can begin the campaign at the Spotify Camp Nou, the club would have to play the entire group stage at a different venue. Alex Vittel also came out saying the UEFA has doubts that Barcelona can play the first phase of the Champions League at the Camp Nou. They don't rule it out though, but they visited the stadium work about a month ago, and they weren't very sure. But the club would demand to play the first game away, but UEFA is likely to reject that because they have no faith. Unless we draw the first game away, they will not, pick us intentionally to have the first team away. Because again, everyone's going to watch the draw on TV. We're going to see the freaking ball and the league system pop out, stuff like that. They can't just say, oh, by the way, Barcelona won the first game away, so we're going to comply with that. It just doesn't make sense. Also, Kekens and TV3 Guillem came out saying the Joan Gamper match will not be held as a Camp Nou, but will take place at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and Barca is working to have the stadium ready, though not fully completed, for the fourth La Liga match against Valencia. Again, we do have the first 3 games away from home. I've been a big advocate of Joan Laporte on the channel. As you all probably know, I've said that in his 4 years as the club's president. He's done a remarkable job, and I still stand by that. And I've always said that he's made 3 key mistakes. One is the way he treated Messi for his renewal. Not what happened, because that's not on him. The way it happened, you know, waiting last second, stuff like that. Didn't like that. Number 2, of course, was the sacking of Xavi. Again, not why he did it, but how he did it. Xavi quitting, begging him to stay. He stayed, made one weird comment in a press conference, then you sacked him. Bit strange. And the way they sacked him as well, very, very poor. And thirdly, in my opinion, I would say was the second renewal of Marcos Alonso. This right here is number 4. We can maybe chuck Alonso away because that was Xavi begging and twerking for him. This here is number 3. How embarrassing is it to advertise, oh, we're back at home? You make a sick, probably the best Barca media video I have seen in years. Aura, cold, just to not make it. Why tell us we're going back to the Camp Nou on August the 10th? Then you're like, ah, never mind, we couldn't get the deal done. We couldn't get the regulations and licenses that we need. Why announce it so early then? It just baffles me. If we're not in the Camp Nou for that league game against Valencia on the September 12th, 13th, shit's kicking off. Because what the fuck's happening? We're supposed to be we're supposed to be back at the Camp Nou back in fucking November 2024, the anniversary. We're supposed to be back then. Oh, Champions League knockout. Oh, El Clasico. Oh, Joan Gamper. Again, the stadium is gonna get done. They're working on it. By 2026, if it's not done, we get to fine Lip Mac €1 million every day it's late. So in the end, it's gonna get done. That's not my concern. My concern is with the transmitting of information to the fans not being accurate. Why are you telling us, oh, we're gonna be back for this and that, and then in the end, you can't even get your act together? Focus on your shit. Stop worrying about telling the fans and making promotions, shit like that. You already spent 5,000 posters for Lamine Yamal getting that number 10 the other day as well. The way they announced Lamine Yamal number 10 was embarrassing as well. Just a picture of a little, you know, street tifo. I wanted like a cold video. I saw Mundo Deportivo post a video with Lamine and his son, not his son, Lamine and his brother with his dad about, you know, history of number 10, his brother calling in. And I tweeted, there is no way Barcelona made this video. It's too good. Lo and behold, I was right. I think Mundo Deportivo published it, but I think Lamine's media team or his own team made it. And look at the shit that Barcelona make. It's fucking embarrassing. What is wrong with this club in terms of announcement, in terms of planning? Again, we get everything done. The club is ran fantastically well. Joan Laporta has saved us from, you know, the lowest of the lows of absolute pure and utter bankruptcy. He's done a 10 out of 10 remarkable job. But what is with these false promises? Oh, we're gonna do so well in the window. Buy the Joaos. Oh, we're gonna spend big money. Sign Daniel Montpal Victor. Oh, we're gonna be back at the Camp Nou for August the 10th. No, we ain't. I love the Johan Cruyff Stadium. It's a great stadium, very, very low key. I love the atmosphere. But you want to make money during the Joan Gamper. 6,000 people, we're gonna make no money. You're gonna be relying so much on the merchandising, which probably people will end up paying for because they don't have a ticket for the game. And I dare them to charge a subscription for that game. I'm gonna fucking kill them. I'm gonna post illegal links like though tomorrow. Why? Why? It is mind-boggling. Again, I don't care about the delay. We're gonna be back by 2026, and that's all that matters to me. But why give these false promises and false reality? That for me is what I don't understand. But again, no Camp Nou for the Joan Gamper. We're looking again at that first game back in La Liga against Valencia. And to be honest, if we're not back for the Valencia game, then we're definitely not playing the first. We're not playing the group stage Champions League at the Camp Nou, which means that we're gonna go to the Champions League group stage games at the fucking Johan Cruyff Stadium. You are mad. Not because I hate the stadium, is because of the very, very low capacity. Are we gonna go back and twerk for the Olympic Stadium again? Then if we do go back, we're gonna have league and Spanish games at the Camp Nou, then a random stadium for the Champions games until it all synchronizes in the new year. We'll see what happens. Again, right now the Camp Nou for and all the you know what's pissing me off the most? All the promotion they did for August the 10th back at the Camp Nou, like that video of Laporta having the aura and the drums. It fucking scums. They went and deleted all the promotion for the Joan Gamper return on August the 10th. Absolute scamradery of the highest level. So we'll see how things play out, but right now it's definitely not happening at the Camp Nou, the Joan Gamper, but hopefully we can back there for the first La Liga game against Valencia in that first September weekend after the September international break. Now, speaking on locations of Barcelona's league matches, there could be a game happening in America on my freaking birthday, and I'm not having it. Anyways, Fernando Grass came out saying that La Liga president Javier Tebas remains firm in his intention to internationalize La Liga by staging a league match in the USA. Currently, the idea is still in the early stages, and a few formal steps have been taken, but it aligns with Tebas' vision. A leading candidate for the venture is the match between Villarreal and Barcelona on match day 17, scheduled for the weekend of December 20th, 21st, 2025, the final match before the end of the calendar year / the Christmas break, and Villarreal would be the home team. So Barcelona don't lose a home match, but Villarreal will end up losing one. Also, between December 15th and 21st, there are no European competitions scheduled. However, Copa del Rey round 32 matches are set to be played from December 16th to 18th, with all top-tier clubs participating. I saw something thinking, what the fuck? We're not playing round 32 again? I thought we went straight to the round 16. What's going on now? I thought they were going to have the winners now not playing in the round 32 anymore. Anyways, if the Miami match goes ahead, the Copa round may need to be rescheduled to allow Barcelona and Villarreal enough time to travel and to accommodate as well. So there could be a La Liga game in the US. Again, it's just an early stage, early vision kind of thing. Both teams have to agree to it, and then afterwards we'll see how things do materialize and phase out. Again, they offer big money. Barcelona will definitely say yes, especially being the last game before, you know, the end of the year. So we'll see how things do turn out and materialize, but keep your eyes out on our game, the final game of the year, calendar year 2025, before the Christmas break against Villarreal, being in a neutral ground in America. The final topic that I want to discuss for an end off this video is in regards to Hansi Flick's current thoughts on Barcelona's preseason and on this season to come. He actually spoke to the media, Hansi Flick, but behind closed doors, no microphones, no cameras, just spoke face to face, and these were the notes of all the journalists unanimously on what Flick told the journalists in that closed media session. He came out saying that he welcomed the journalists, of course, for their first open training session. He expressed enthusiasm for the upcoming season and satisfaction with the current squad, especially the young players, and Flick is training right now with 35 players, but only 26 will go on the Asia tour. So some of the youngsters will miss out. Hopefully Ter Stegen, Romeu, and those kind of players will miss out as well. Flick considers Joan Garcia as a club bet for both the present and the future, and highlighted the strong consensus behind his signing. So absolutely unanimous. Flick voiced full confidence in Deco and the running department despite the club's financial struggles right now and reinforcing signings. He referred to Ter Stegen's situation as part of the club's economic challenges without giving specific details, and Flick praised the quality of academy players and indicated that any new signings should be for positions outside the already crowded midfield. So he doesn't want midfield signings, fully trusts Deco and what he's working on. Knows the club has financial struggles. Ter Stegen could leave due to financial situation, and that Joan Garcia was and everybody signing and everybody agreed on it. 35 players in the squad, only 26 will travel to Asia. Very, very good insight. We know how blunt and you know, upfront Flick is, and for a Barca fan, that is absolutely huge and fantastic to hear. And all these things bring me confidence and bring me happiness for the season to come. I'm very excited to see the young players that do go for preseason, see who's being left out as well, see what Deco can do in the next month and a half of the window, how Ter Stegen will leave as well, and how we probably won't sign a midfielder, so maybe no Xavi Simons like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. But great quotes here from Flick, and hopefully these quotes can translate to, you know, fantastic football on the pitch, most importantly with success. That was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past few days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing on our first, of course, is your thoughts on the signing of Luis Díaz. Would you take Xavi Simons as kind of that left-hand sided reinforcement? Thoughts on the future of Ter Stegen, him trying to stay, and what Barcelona should do if he does end up staying, and find your thoughts on the yet more delay of the return to the Spotify Camp Nou. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.